Okay, I just realized with my last videos that I had left my mouthpiece in the up position when I was doing those other videos. So you may not have heard me as well. Hopefully this one's a little bit better. Okay, so let's just put all of the things, almost all of the things together. We're just missing a vertical translation up or down on this one. So if I'm looking at it, we've got vertical outside, and then we've got some inside action here, horizontal, horizontal. How do we know that? Because of the brackets. Now, careful though. This doesn't look like any of the questions that we've done. All right, and what you have to remember here is factor. We got you with our square root functions and with the quadratics, but the square root function, there were questions that looked like this: 4x plus 2 minus 3, and then I wanted to know what the vertical or the horizontal stretch and compression and the horizontal translation. So if you don't factor out this value in front of what's going on, you're not going to get a proper translation left or right. Your vertical stretch or compression, in this case, it's going to change our period, is going to be correct, but then the phase shift is going to be incorrect. So what we have to do is we have to factor out that 2. Now, because it's within the function, I don't want to write it over here. Because it's within the function, y equals 1/2 cos. When I factor out that 2, it's going to go there, and I'm going to leave what's left in the bracket right there. So notice this still stays in front of the function, or within the function. Now this is our k value, and then this is our, I guess it was our d value on the other one. This was our a value. No, our c value. I can't remember all the letters. But what does that do? Amplitude, first of all, we're either going to go up 0.5 and down 0.5 from amp line. In our case, the amp line stays at 0. Period. Ooh, period is 360 degrees divided by your k value. In our case, that's 2. We actually have a k value. So 360 divided by 2 gives us 180. So it's going to take 180 degrees, 180 meters, 180 seconds, 180 days, whatever the units are, to complete one full cycle. Okay, key points. What are we graphing? I have a feeling we're probably doing a cos. Okay, so we're going to go middle, high. No, Megan, what are you doing? Cos is high, middle, low, middle, high. Good. Vertical shift, up or down? Nope, not applicable. So our amp line is going to stay at y equals 0. And then our phase shift, we actually have a phase shift, but we have to go from our factored version to say what the phase shift is. This is 45 degrees left. Left 45 degrees. Okay. So when we are graphing this, I would go backwards or not and unlock. We're not going to call this using a series of transformations. We're not going to do it. I want that other graph. I'm going to pause this. Poof, now it's there. Okay, so we are going to check this page to see if it's got it. Yeah, it's got a grid. I don't know why this one didn't. Probably because I deleted it earlier when I was doing something. That sounds like something I would do. All right, we are going to a period of 180. We have a phase shift of 45. All right, so when we're setting this up, you want to take into consideration that phase shift of 45, and it's to the left. So here is my grid. My amp line is right along there because there's no vertical translation up or down, so our amp line hasn't changed. Then let's break this up. So I'm going to make, because the phase shift is 45, I want each of these boxes to represent 45. That way, I'm only moving a box. I'm not moving half a box or 2/3 or something like that. So if I go 45, 90, 135, 180, 270, and then, oh, Megan, I'm so wrong. I'm so wrong. I'm so wrong. I'm not wrong. But I'm just not thinking. I am doing a very good job of going 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270. I did a very good job of that. Well done, Megan. Now, the only problem is that this period for this graph is 180. So it only takes 180 degrees for the whole cycle to complete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that 180, divide it by 2. This is 90. Divide it by 2 again. That's 45. Add 45 to 90 gives you 135. So that's how I figured out my breakup. Because there is that phase shift, I am not going to... Where did the rest of this question go? Oh, there it is. Why is that over there? That's what I lost. See, I've been fiddling around with things and there everything looks good again. Okay. I'm only going up a half or down a half. I changed that and I'm phase shifting. Okay, so let's go to the negatives. This is 0. That's negative 45, negative 90. That one and that one, negative 180. Okay. Then negative 45, negative 135. Then we're going to go up a half, down a half. So I'm actually going to make each block, I'm going to make 2 blocks worth 1. And then that way when I go up a half, I can go to a nice line. Okay. Where did I get the 180 from? Right up here. There's my 180. Where did I get that 45 breakup? There. How did I figure out the amplitude? There. Okay, let's do this. This is cos. Cos is high, but it's been phase shifted to the left 45 degrees. So that's where that goes. High, middle, phase shifted to the left. Low is at a half, phase shifted to the left. This is 45. And then middle, phase shifted to the left. High, phase shifted to the left. So I just took each one of those points and I bumped them by 45 degrees. This one would have been at 0, and now it's at negative 45. It's been moved over. And it would have started at high, which is up at a half. The other way you can do this is if you were to use a series of transformations. So I'm going to do them the proper way, unlike in the other one I did. First things first, I'm going to multiply our amplitude by half. So instead of being there, we'd be there. Middle, low, middle, high. So this is what our graph would be like just with the 1/2. High, middle, low, middle, high. Okay. And then what else do we have? We have a 1/2, we have a 2. So that's going to squash the graph. The 2 is going to take it. Instead of being 360, this gets squashed to 180. Instead of being 90, that gets squashed there. So 180 gets squashed. 270 gets squashed. 360 gets squashed. So now all of a sudden I've got this happening, and you can see how more cycles are going to happen. This only took 180 to complete one cycle. And if I go backwards to there, it would middle, low, middle. It would look like that. Okay. Then they want us to phase shift it by 45. So we're going to take each one of these points and move it by 45. So that one goes there, 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 and shift, and shift, and shift, and shift. There we go. Oh no, saved it. Finish strong. All right. So you can use a set of transformations, series of transformations. I just go with this. Now, if we look at our blue versus a yellow down here, the reason ours doesn't look like yellow is because instead of squashing the range here, like going, making 180 only take 4 boxes, I made 180 take 8 boxes. See? And that like stretched it out. Even though it's not that high, it stretched it out and made it look a little bit longer. Okay? Good.